Hey everyone, this is Cody from Peak Fitness, and today we're going to be going over some lacrosse ball foam rolling techniques for the hips, so the TFL and our glute med piriformis area. The TFL and the glutes are something that are very commonly tight on the vast majority of people in our society, just from being in a hip flexion position at long periods of the day, whether that be from driving, working at a desk for 8 hours a day, or just sitting on the couch. So these two techniques that we're going to be doing today are probably going to be the most sensitive areas on you guys. So keep that in mind, go nice and slow at the beginning and progress your way deeper and deeper into the technique. So first off, I'm going to show you guys how to do both of these with the foam roller, because most of you will have a foam roller at home. And then we will be going into the lacrosse ball, or if you have a tennis ball or anything like that at home that you can use, those are other great tools for this area. So let's begin. The TFL muscle is here. If you were to go on your crest here and drop the indexes down, this muscle here is going to be in control of internally rotating the femur and flexing. So, technique for releasing this, we're gonna place the foam roller sideways. You're gonna begin in a high plank position. High plank position, you're gonna slightly twist the hips and drop down. Go down to your elbow, go slow with this, it could be sensitive already. The other leg, the top leg, is gonna be bent out to your side, and it's gonna become our support system. Just doing this could be enough for you guys. If you wanna go a little deeper into it, that bottom leg, the leg that's on the foam roller, you're gonna lengthen it, you're gonna reach as far as you can, pointing the toes, and then from there, we're gonna begin by scanning the areas. So the TFL muscle is not very large. Little baby rolls, playing with the angle of the hips is all you're gonna need to do. Once you find a trigger point is a sensitive area. More than likely, it's all gonna be sensitive for here. If that is the case, then just pick a point that's the most sensitive and you're gonna stay on it. Breathe, we're looking for a 7 out of 10 intensity here. If you're tensing up, cramping, then back off. Drop that leg down to the ground and find a comfortable position that you could stay here for 30 or 40 seconds or so until that muscle releases, okay? So again, either bottom leg on the ground or stretching it as long as you can, doing little baby rolls, finding a sensitive area, and then staying on that area until it releases. If the foam roll isn't doing it for you, this is not for the faint of heart, but you can do the exact same technique with the lacrosse ball. So it's on the lateral side of the hip here. Place it on the ground. You can even use your hand to make sure that it doesn't roll around. Place that lacrosse ball on that trigger point, and same technique. Lowering down. Here you can experiment more with the angle of your hips, maybe even dropping lower to the ground, letting that foam roll sink deeper into you than the foam roller can. Nice deep breaths into the nose, out through the mouth. 30, 40 seconds, and then move on. Next up, we're gonna do our lateral hip. So glute med, glutes piriformis area. This is another one that's going to be fairly sensitive on you guys. We're gonna start with the foam roller and then move to the lacrosse ball, just like we did for the TFL. So for this one, have a seat sideways, kind of twist the hips onto the foam roller. I'll show you the first technique. If this is already sensitive and you know it's gonna hurt, then we're not gonna move into the figure 4 stretch yet. All we're gonna do is plant that top foot, stretch the bottom leg out, and scan the area from there. Find a sensitive area, playing around with the angle of the hips. And and then staying on that area for 30 or 40 seconds. If you want to go a little bit deeper into it, again, plant that leg. We're going to cross the leg over the knee. You might even need to come up to your hand or stay down on your elbow, wherever you feel more comfortable. Grab a hold of your foot. Slightly press up towards the ceiling as you're pushing the knee down to the ground. So you're going to get a stretch in that deep piriformis area. Again, we're going to go and roll, finding any points that are sensitive and then staying on that area 30-40 seconds and then moving on. Same technique applies for the lacrosse ball. So here, if you put your hand on the hip crease here, drop the index down. This is the area that we're going for. So the TFL was here. The area that we're going for now, kind of glute med right here. So lay down, stretch that leg out as long as you can, and roll around, find that area. It shouldn't take very long for it to start to get sensitive. And then same thing, if you want to go a little deeper into it, which I really don't want to do right now. Figure 4 stretch. At this point, rolling might not be an option. Just staying on that area, working your knee up and down to release that muscle. And that is it for the TFL and glutes. Give this a try. Let us know how you make out. Thanks.